4K, 1440p, 1080p, 144 Hz, maybe even 60, a 27-inch gaming monitor, or a huge 85-inch TV, PlayStation or Xbox, Nintendo Switch or PC. These are all different preferences, and they're all different things, but there is one thing that they all have in common, and that is that they are all different ways to game. There's perhaps one of them that is more different than any other though. PC versus console. But which side of the argument are you on? PC? Console? Or are you like me and maybe you do a little bit of both? Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments before the video gets started. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, my name is Grayson, this is Tech With Me, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about PC versus console, the pros and cons to each, and why I prefer one over the other. And I guess for starters, it's worth it to talk about how I started gaming, which I think is probably a similar way to how most people did. I started on console. I vividly remember going into my bedroom as a kid and my older brother and a couple of his friends were in there with a PlayStation 2 hooked up to my TV. They were playing what I believed to be a Grand Theft Auto game and they decided to let me have a turn. I remember somehow I ended up on a motor scooter and somehow that motor scooter ended up on top of another car while I was driving down the road, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And even earlier than that, I remember playing Sly Cooper. This was back before they had voice acting, and I don't know if any of them ever had voice acting, but it definitely didn't back then, and I would have to call my parents into the room anytime a cutscene came up to read the lines to me, because otherwise I wouldn't know what was going on. The point being, I remember growing up and having very, very fond memories of playing on a console. That being said, I remember watching all of my favorite gaming YouTubers play on PC growing up, and that made me want one. Watching these gaming YouTubers play the Arma DayZ mod, or even modded Minecraft, made me want to play those same things, and honestly, that could probably be seen as the beginning of my obsession with tech, and what got me into wanting to learn how to build my own computers to begin with. Point being, I have fond memories of wanting to be on PC and console, so I can definitely see both sides of the story. Now, for me, there are two completely different feelings when it comes to PC gaming or console gaming. For example, in my living room, I have the full setup, this LG 65-inch OLED that I probably spent $1,700 on, and a full Sonos surround sound system that I probably spent another $1,500 on. I have my PlayStation set up to this TV, and sometimes playing games on this big, incredible looking TV with full surround sound and a booming subwoofer just hits differently. That being said, on my PC setup, like the one right behind me, I have a Samsung Odyssey G7 27-inch curved monitor with a 50-inch Sony OLED above it. And on top of that, I have these Logitech THX certified speakers that sound fantastic. And when I'm at my PC, I love that I can play games while watching TV and binging my favorite shows all at the same time. I can't do that in my living room because my PlayStation is taking my TV away. But on that same token, I'm just not quite as comfortable when I game at this setup. Now don't get me wrong, I love the performance, and I have all the RGB that anybody could ever want that really adds to that gamer vibe, and kinda adds to it a little bit, and I love that I can binge my favorite shows while gaming. That being said, it just doesn't feel quite as relaxing or laid back as reclining back on my couch with my PS5 booted up and my surround sound turned up to 10. When I'm at my PC, I feel more focused in and more serious. I'm sat up straight in my ergonomic chair with better posture. My arms are up on the desk playing with the keyboard or the mouse, and I physically have to move more just to enjoy my games. All around, it's just a different feeling. Neither is a wrong feeling, and none of them are bad. They're just different. On the other side of that coin though, my PC does everything. I can edit thumbnails or edit videos. I can play games or consume content. I can upload videos and upload content. You name it, and it can do it. Consoles, on the other hand, are more limited. They can play games and consume content, but outside of that, they really can't do a whole lot. But when it comes to those two things, is the experience the same as it is on PC at least? Well, kind of, but not really. A lot of the newer consoles are running higher resolutions and higher frame rates nowadays, which is great. For a long time, the standout difference between console and PC was performance. And while it still is, the margins are definitely slimmer with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X compared to how it was back with the Xbox One and the PS4. A lot of current gen games look better and play better than they ever have, and the difference between console and PC is becoming slimmer and slimmer every generation. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a difference in performance. PCs are more customizable and give you more choices. You can turn down the resolution or turn down the settings or even turn off ray tracing to get better performance. And if you have an NVIDIA GPU, then you have access to stuff like DLSS upscaling, which changes the game because no longer do you have to choose between performance and looks. You can have both. All in all, with PC, your options are basically limitless. You get to choose your story and your own performance. On that other hand though, you can't pick it up, put it down, and then pick it right back up again as easily on PC as you can on console. The ability to put a console to sleep and then pick it right back up in just a matter of seconds is probably my favorite feature that the consoles have. I definitely feel like it makes it so much easier to have short bursts of gaming sessions that are a little bit harder to do on PC. If I only have 30 minutes to play, I don't want to spend the first 1 or 2, 3, or even 5 minutes trying to figure out the game and get my PC started and get it all set up. With console, you just press the button and it turns on and you're right back where you started. So which do I prefer? Well, neither really. It seems like for me, I just tend to go through a lot of phases. Sometimes I may only pick up my PS5 and play in my living room for months at a time. Others, I boot up my PC and that's all I do for months. I really don't know what causes the phases or what makes me want to do one over the other, but it just kind of happens and I really enjoy both equally. So like I asked at the beginning, which one do you guys prefer? Let's talk about it. Let me know down below. Thank you guys very, very kindly for watching. My name is Grayson and this has been Tech with me.